Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome back to Chef Vic Cuisine. Today, we're making chicken and waffles, a classic southern breakfast dish that combines savory, salty, and sweet in the best way. Look forward to impressing the entire breakfast table with this amazing recipe. So, let's get started. Alright, so for the ingredients, we're going to start with the chicken, and for that, we're going to need 1.5 pounds of thinly sliced, boneless chicken breast, 2 large eggs, 4 tablespoons of buttermilk, 3 cups of vegetable oil for frying, plus some additional if necessary, 1.5 cups of all-purpose flour, 1 tablespoon of black pepper, plus some additional for seasoning the chicken, 1 tablespoon of salt, plus some additional for seasoning the chicken, 1 tablespoon of garlic powder, and finally half a tablespoon of cayenne pepper. And now for the waffle, we're going to need 1 large egg, 1/4 cup of granulated white sugar, half a teaspoon of vanilla extract, 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 cup of half and half, 2 tablespoons of melted shortening, 1/4 cup of buttermilk, 3 tablespoons of melted unsalted butter, 1 2/3 cup of all-purpose flour, and finally 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda. Alright, so to get things started, if you can't buy already thinly sliced chicken breast, you can always use a sharp knife to slice in half 2 large chicken breasts. So all you need to do is apply some pressure with your non-cutting hand as you slide the knife through the thickness of the chicken breast. And you want to do that for both breasts, creating 4 thinly sliced chicken breasts. And you can set those aside for now. Now on to creating our egg wash. You want to crack 2 eggs into a small bowl and whisk them well. Then add in your buttermilk and whisk that in until it's well blended with the eggs, thus creating your egg wash. Now let's prepare our coating. In a large size bowl, you want to add in your flour, the salt, garlic powder, black pepper, and cayenne pepper. Whisking all these ingredients together until they're well combined. Oh, and don't forget to stir in an extra like button to create some truly amazing chicken fingers. And let's just set this aside while we prepare our chicken. And so if your chicken breasts have some excess fat on them, you want to remove that prior to preparing them. And your goal here is to slice the chicken into chicken finger shaped pieces. And if desired, you can also fry the entire chicken breast instead. The choice is really up to you. In this video, I'll go over both options. But once the chicken is cut to your liking, you want to sprinkle on a light coat of salt and black pepper on all sides of the chicken pieces and press that seasoning into the chicken. And the same thing goes for your whole thinly sliced chicken breast as well. Making sure to sprinkle both sides of those with the salt and black pepper, pressing the seasoning into the meat. Next up is coating the chicken. Now for this process, I recommend having one hand designated for touching the flour and the other hand designated for touching the egg wash. This helps with the coating not sticking to your fingers and overall makes it a much cleaner process. So you first want to coat the chicken meat in the flour mixture. And then step 2 is you want to dip them into the egg wash, but don't let any of the excess egg wash drip off. The excess egg wash is what gives the second coating its flaky texture. So step number 3, after dipping the chicken into the egg wash, immediately roll the chicken around in the seasoned flour again until you get a rocky floured coating. And you just want to make sure during your second flour coating process that it's all completely covered in the flour and no parts of the chicken are exposed. Oh, and I also forgot to mention, to help with making an even cleaner process, I recommend using some powder-free nitrile gloves for this. as you're working with both a dry and wet medium. But after you get your first piece of chicken coated, you want to repeat this process for the remaining amount of chicken. If you're going with whole breasts, this is a really quick process, but if you're using chicken finger pieces, you want to coat them in batches of about 4 to 5 pieces. Also ensuring that these pieces are fully coated in the flour for the first and the third step. And while you're coating the chicken, this is a good time to either fill a deep dish pan or a deep fryer with your vegetable oil and bring that to a medium-high heat, or 375 degrees Fahrenheit or 190 degrees Celsius. And once all your chicken is fully coated, we're ready to test the oil's temperature using part of our chicken. And I'm going to use one of the full chicken breasts to start. So you want to fry this chicken breast for about 4 to 6 minutes and then remove it once it's fully cooked from the oil. And now for a breast this size, it should take between 4 to 6 minutes, and you want to turn the chicken halfway through the cooking time if you don't have enough oil to completely submerge the chicken. But ultimately what you're looking for is this golden brown exterior, and that's a good sign that your chicken is fully cooked through. And that's one more thing I really love about this recipe, is that it doesn't take long at all to fully cook the chicken. So once the chicken is fully cooked, you want to remove it from the oil and place it on a paper towel lined plate to absorb any excess oil from the cooking process. And now that we've confirmed that the temperature of the oil is working good for us, you want to repeat this process for the remaining chicken. And when working with the chicken fingers, you want to fry those in batches of 4 to 5 chicken fingers at a time. Also making sure to turn those halfway if you don't have enough oil to completely submerge the chicken. You definitely don't want to fry all the chicken fingers at once, otherwise you're going to drop the temperature of the oil and end up with some soggy chicken. So once done, you can set the chicken fingers aside on a cloth or paper towel plate while we get ready to make our waffles. And so before getting into the method of how to make the waffles, I think it's important to mention that you can start making the waffles during the frying process so that both the chicken and the waffles are ready at the same time. But look at this beautiful chicken. I hope you can smell them through the screen. They are truly delicious, and I can't wait for you guys to try this recipe at home. Now we have to make some beautiful waffles to pair them with. So in a large bowl, you want to combine your egg, the sugar, the vanilla extract, and the salt, and mix those together using an electric mixer or by hand on high speed for 1 minute. Once those have been fully combined, you want to add in your half and half, the melted shortening, your buttermilk, and the melted butter. Also mixing these ingredients until they're well combined. And this will result in your wet mixture for the waffles. Now, in a separate medium-sized bowl, you want to combine your flour with the baking soda. And once those are combined, this creates your flour mixture. And now you want to add your flour mixture to the wet mixture and mix them well with a mixer or by hand until they're well combined. And your resulting batter should have a very smooth, silky texture. Now we're ready to bake our waffles, and for that you want to set your waffle maker to a medium-high heat, or 375 degrees Fahrenheit or 190 degrees Celsius. And then you want to pour in your waffle batter into the waffle cooker and cook them according to your own doneness level, whether you want a light and airy waffle or a golden crispy one. And this is based on your waffle maker settings. And in this video, I'm going to show you to make a full plate of waffles, as well as a way to make chicken and waffle sliders. So because I'm using a box waffle maker, this makes the process really easy, but you can also do the same thing using a circular waffle maker. And so before pouring the batter onto your waffle maker, it's always important to spray it with some type of non-stick spray. I preferably like using a butter flavored one, as it really aids in helping remove the waffle from the maker, as well as making it taste pretty good too. And don't stress if your waffles don't come out perfect. That's why we have the option in this recipe to make both waffle sliders, as well as using whole waffles for our chicken and waffle dish. So now that both our chicken and our waffles are completely done cooking, we can move on to plating. And I'm going to start off with plating a large chicken breast. And to do that, you want to take your waffles, and if you're using a mini waffle maker like I am, you want to place 4 of those mini waffles onto a serving platter, and then place your chicken breast on top of the waffle. And what I like to do is drizzle on some maple syrup on top of the chicken and the waffle, and then this is ready to serve and enjoy. And now, if you want to make a chicken waffle slider, you want to place one of your mini waffles at the base of the plate, place 1 or 2 chicken fingers on top of that waffle, and then close your sandwich with another mini waffle on top. And here I like to scoop on a ball of butter and drizzle this with some more maple syrup as well. And then you just want to repeat this process for your remaining chicken and waffles. And so just like that, you've made chicken and waffles right at home. A classic southern dish for breakfast. I guarantee you will fall in love with this recipe, and let me know down in the comments when you try this at home. And instead of using chicken breast, try frying whole chicken thighs instead for a juicier chicken meat, using the same coating and battering process that I listed in this recipe. And we can't end this video before digging into one of these delicious pieces of fried chicken. I'm over here drooling as I'm rewatching this. But as you can see, this chicken is delicious. Fully cooked through, a delicious outer coating, and it pairs beautifully with that light and fluffy waffle as a base. And as always, this recipe and many more can be found in my cookbook, Chefic Cuisine Volume 2, Elevating Your Inner Chef, and that's available on Amazon, and I'll be sure to leave a link to that in my description box. And feel free to click the pop-up on the screen for more information on that as well. Thank you all so much for watching. I truly do appreciate it. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure to smash that like button for me. And if you haven't done so already, hit that subscribe button to check out more videos just like this one. And don't forget to click that bell icon to be notified when my next video drops. And sharing is caring, so if you enjoyed this video and think someone else will too, feel free to share this with all your family and friends. And stay tuned for next week, where we go over a very healthy and delicious salad goiga, a real treat for those of you that haven't experienced it yet. Well, once again, thank you all so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you next time on another episode of Chefic Cuisine. And until then, peace.